trying to figure out Wild Thing in the key of A. We could do it as open chords or bar chords.
And there's my A, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right there, right there.
Yeah.
What to put with it, I'm not sure.
Well, we could find, if we want to do it just like we did in the key of G, just find an A on the E string. So you found it as the open A, but we're going to find it on the E string. Yeah, there. So that would be your one chord. And then remember the trick to figuring out 1, 4, 5 from there? Too far, but that's the idea. Right? And if we played our scale there, do you want to refresh the scale while we're at it? Tying everything together? 2, 4. Yeah, that's good. And then here. And then this one there. Good. The book's open to it too if it helps. 1, 3, 4 for the next string. Too far. Good. So we're in the key of A. That would be playing your A major scale. And we were trying to find 1, 4, 5. So if we counted them from our scale, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we just remembered 1, 4, 5 is whatever key you want to be in on the E string, right under it, and 2 over. You know. But this just kind of explains why that is. Good. So now we know 1, 4, 5 are those 3 letters. Let's figure out what those notes actually are now. So we know it's A for 1. What are the 4 and 5?
A, B, C, D, E, and F.
E was right. You got to count A as 1. So E is actually the 5th. So we got A, B, C. So A, B, C, D, E. Good. And then on the guitar, we would just be like A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. So D and E. A, D. Eventually, you'll kind of get to the point where you'll have a handful of keys memorized. You'll just know that G, C, and D. In fact, we've learned so many songs that are G, C, and D that, you know, that one will probably stick first. That's really common chord progression. It's 1, 4, 5, or A, D, E, C, F, and G. So those little groups are like the common keys in 1, 4, 5. You're just going to run into so many songs where those chords go together. Or if you want to make up your own song, just goof around with chords. You didn't know where to start. Mixing around those 3, or those batches of 3 would be a good place to start. So let's try Wild Thing in the key of A using these bar chords. Now let's do it as open chords, just to get some open chord practice and to hear the similarities. Remember the 3 letters?
Just the regular.
Mm-hmm. So that's an A minor. So an A major instead. The one that our double bar is based off of. So all of the 2nd fret, 2, 2, 2.
Oh, yeah.
Move those down a bit. That's the one. And that's the one that we used earlier to make our A bar chord. So we don't make the E string too much. I think you're fretting it. There we go. Perfect. And then a D. Good. And what's the 5 chord? What letter? first finger up. Shortcut for the A, that's the 2-2-2. You can just flatten it out if you want. Yeah. It's kind of how we do it for the bar chord too. Just make sure you keep the open A, keep the 5th string open so you get your root note in. So don't mute it. Yeah, you want to hear this one because that's your root note.
So if I was going to do something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Probably just not hold that one either. Another one that'll just end up muted. Or if you get your finger bent in such a way that it comes out open, that's fine too. But that's a real common way of playing A, like for classic rock, AC/DC, Zeppelin, like that. It's a lazy A. Cool. I think that pretty much drives the point home. We did it in the key of G. We did it in the key of we could try it in the key of E, but in the E will force us to mix bar chords with open chords. So if we want to do it in the key of E, we'd start with an open E chord. So let's do that. And the 4 chord would be right under it, or E, F, G, A. So an open A, that 2-2-2-1. Down. Yep. And the 5 chord would be moving that up 2 frets, but to move that up you need the bar chord. So we would need a B chord, B major bar chord. So if we wanted 0-2-2-2 to move up, we would have 2-4-4-4. Back to the A will just be that's A minor. There you go. Try not to bar that first string. That's good. Good. So we got time. It's a good one that it mixes open chords and bar chords, E. There you go. Got it in 3 keys now. Cool. I think you're good.
Yeah.
There you have it. Bar chords.
Bar chords. 101.
Yeah.
And I asked for that.
Got what you asked for.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of bar chords.